So I will keep on introducing the panelists when you announce their name to take the floor. On my left side, I have respected Kristofer Lundberg. He is a Swedish politician, he is a Swedish journalist, and he has been working to save children from a long time. And he has been with us from a long time as well. He knows the situation. He has been monitoring the issue of Balochistan. So, sir, the floor is yours.
Yeah, the population of Pakistan have seen decades of uncorrupt ruling class, which has been unable to develop the country. All through Balochistan's region is rich of gold, gas, coal, and oil. 60% of the population live in poverty and is forced to travel up to 700 kilometers to the nearest hospital in Karachi because of the lack of good healthcare centers. Doctors Without Borders report that nearly every hour, one woman in Pakistan dies from complication during birth. According to Pakistan Demographic Health Survey, 3 times as many women die at childbirth in Balochistan than in other regions of Pakistan together. The women also fear the future for the children. According to various reports, 72% of boys and 83% of girls don't go to school and lack basic education. Out of 2.7 million children in Balochistan, 1.9 million children don't go to school. Pakistan has signed the UN Convention on the Right of a Child and is violating this over and over again. It's a forgotten war going on against the people of Balochistan, socially, politically, economically, and physically. The rise in Baloch women activism has led to a new willingness from authorities to target women in the state-sanctioned violence. Since Balochistan was occupied by Pakistan in 1948, they have pointed out a brutal oppression against the region. Yesterday, we heard about occupation, war, enforced disappearance, human rights violation, and it's all an act to be able to exploit the region from its natural resources. The China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, CPEC, has been deepening the looting and exploitation of the region for years. The Chinese exploitation of Balochistan goes back to 1995. But CPEC has been worsening the exploitation and conflict. CPEC starts from occupied Balochistan, runs along the Makran coast, connects Lahore and Islamabad, passes through occupied Kashmir, and then runs into Xinjiang region of China. It's focused on linking China's Xinjiang province with the Gwadar port. And CPEC is far the most costly and advanced part of the Belt and Road project, where China aims to connect 65 countries to the Chinese economy through rail, road, energy, and other infrastructure projects. This $60 billion initiative encompasses the wide range of development and infrastructure projects. The Chinese dictatorship's massive infrastructure plan is the spearhead for its whole economic and geopolitical strategy. Chinese troops protect the 3,000 kilometer long corridor and has a huge presence of Chinese troops. Since the CPEC project started, Balochistan has been hit by its worst form of human rights violations. And while Balochistan have been robbed of natural resources, it has been left behind in poverty. Balochistan resources has been used to develop other parts of Pakistan and China for years. And thousands of Pakistani security forces have been deployed to secure the projects. The Pakistani Security Service has strengthened its military presence and their kill and dump policy. And Pakistan's special battalion to protect the Chinese investment goes up to 30,000 troops. Thousands of Baloch people are arrested, kidnapped, murdered, and disappeared. And in order to enable CPAC, the military cooperations between the two states force away the Baloch people from Gwadar and surrounding areas. Teachers, lawyers, intellectuals have been abducted in thousands. And we heard yesterday that it's up to 50,000 Baloch that disappeared. Thousands are detained, and between 500,000 and 1 million have been forced to flee. Farmers got their farm burned down, and bombings of villages has been a routine over years. And the rhetoric that Pakistan has not done enough to stop the violence is misleading. It is Pakistani state that are responsible for the violence, disappearance, and abductions. So why haven't we already seen a UN intervention to protect the lives of the Baloch people? And finally, as a journalist, I want to stress the threats from Pakistan globally. Whenever anyone talks against the enforced disappearance, lawyers, activists, journalists, or politicians, they are all threatened, abducted, and sometimes killed, even outside Balochistan and Pakistan. Reporters Without Borders has earlier reported about a leaked Pakistani government internal memo about stopping the rhetoric against Pakistan of journalists abroad. Academics and journalists in the United States and globally have been approached by the ISI spies who warned them to speak about Balochistan or human rights abuses committed by the Pakistani army. And they threatened to harm them or their family if they continue to cover the conflict. With this background, I want to stress that the Swedish authority investigate the death of journalist Said Hussein, who was found dead in a river in Uppsala 2020, and that the Canadian authorities investigate the death of Karima Baloch, who was found in a lake in Toronto the same year. And we urge the international community to take action to save Baloch lives and to admit Balochistan independence. Thank you.